on Comcast Sportsnet, part of the NBC Sports Group.
Last night, Boston came to town and some early fireworks arrived as they watched two former Red Sox supply all the offense the A's would need. Josh Reddick and Brandon Moss's Big Flies gave the green and gold an early lead, while rookie pitching sensations Jared Parker and Sean Doolittle kept the Boston bats silent all night long as they allowed only a single run. Tonight, Bartolo Colon returns. The crafty veteran will look to keep the Sox in the red as the A's go for their fourth straight win versus Boston. It's Game 2, and it starts right now on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Well, they're getting the fireworks ready, and that is in K-Lot out behind center field. The best fireworks show in baseball. We think that'll come up after the game, and it should be a sellout crowd tonight here at the O.K. Coliseum. It's good to see Bartolo Colon off the disabled list. He will start tonight. So it's Game 2 of the three-game series. A's won last night. They'll try to make it 2 in a row tonight. A's, Red Sox coming up on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball. Along with Ray Fosse, I'm Glenn Kuiper. It is good to have Bartolo Colon back, and he's got a lot to live up to. The A's pitching has been terrific as of late, but it's always nice to get a veteran back into the rotation.
Especially somebody that throws strikes, and usually with the fastball. June 17th, he injured himself against the San Diego Padres. The great thing about this, the fact that he got injured, was simply he knows his body. The same thing happened when he was with Cleveland. He tried to pitch about initial 3 innings, and he went on the disabled list for about 8 weeks. But this time, he said, I could feel it coming, and he decided to shut it down, and that is why it's great to have him back to the lineup. He knows how to pitch. He knows how to use the fastball in particular, because if you can throw 93 of 100 fastballs in a game against major league pitchers and do well, you know that he can manipulate the fastball, the movement, left-handers, right-handers. Just a veteran pitcher.
Well, Ray, the A's have been looking for the right guy at first base really all season, and it may turn out that they found the right combination with Moss and Carter. Little platoon. Carter's in there tonight.
Well, we saw what Chris Carter did and has done in the past, but what he did in Texas, this ball to left field with the wind blowing in hard from left field, it takes a monster shot to get that out. And then how about a chip shot to right field in the next game? So Moss plays the last 2. He hits home runs. Chris Carter comes up in 2 games. He's also hit 2. But I think you're right, because if you can get that kind of power and that kind of production from first base, if it takes 2, you might as well do it.
And the A's will face a tough left-hander tonight, John Lester, for the Red Sox. And the A's have won 3 of the first 4 games played against the Red Sox this year. They'll try to make it 4 out of 5 tonight. Full house on hand, and the A's hope to play well in front of the big crowd. Game 2, A's Red Sox coming up next.
on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Toyota. Check out the great deals at your local Toyota dealer today.
Well, we like that sign. Tonight's game sold out. So fireworks after the game. Red Sox in town, July 3rd. So we're set to go. Game time weather brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open daily. Beautiful night. 66 degrees. Not a cloud in the sky. A light breeze. So we're excited and we are ready to go as Bartolo Colon has finished his warm-up tosses. Daniel Nava, the leadoff hitter, is in the box. So here's the lineup for the Red Sox. Nava, Pedroia, Ortiz, Ross, Gonzalez, Saltalamacchia, Kalish, Aviles, and Punto. So there's your Red Sox starting lineup for tonight.
And Bartolo Colon looking at the clock, waiting for the number 6 to turn to 7 so he can start pitching. He is ready, as always, and good to see him back in the rotation. As we mentioned, June 17th, Padres his last start. He's been on the disabled list 15 days, and he is back pitching, and we expect to see the same type of pitching. That's the good fastballs that we have seen since he's put on the green and gold.
So Nava steps in. A's won last night 6-1 behind Jared Parker. So we're going to keep talking about it, Ray. The A's are 39-42.
Right.
Get to that 500.
Right.
A little bit low. 2-0 to Nava. Nava, Pedroia, and Ortiz here in the first inning for the Red Sox. Or last night, the Red Sox had to run 2 hitters into the game. Nava double, Pedroia a single, and that's all they got. Colon misses again. 3-0. Just keeps rolling along. Jared Parker.
An amazing thing he said today. He said my changeup was horrible. Chris Pedroia hit the changeup for the base hit with a couple of strikes to drive in Nava, and that was the extent of the scoring. So the fact that he used the changeup, the fact that he showed it, and the hitters, the Red Sox, knew it. He had the good two seam, the good sinker working, and pitched 6 2/3 innings.
So Colon misses outside, and it's a leadoff walk to Daniel Nava. Defense for the A's tonight. It has Yoenis Cespedes in left field, Coco Crispin center, Josh Reddick in right, Inge, Hicks, Weeks, Carter on the infield, Kurt Suzuki behind the plate. So Nava with a leadoff walk, and here's Pedroia, and the first pitch to Pedroia is outside. Brian Onora is calling balls and strikes tonight.
So far, he's called more balls than strikes.
He has. How about 5-1?
That's right.
Here's Onora.
Bartolo Colon is not one that you would think would need a rehab assignment. I don't think pitchers, as much as position players, need to go to the minor leagues and work on things. Bartolo knows what he has to do, and he knows he has to throw strikes with his fastball.
Fouled just below us. Colon was placed on the disabled list on June 23rd. It was retroactive to June 18th. His last start when he got hurt was June 17th. But at the time, I think everybody thought he would be out a little bit longer. He really was not out that long. Good pitch there with a fastball outside corner, 1-2.
Well, and talking to the guy, as I mentioned in the open, and he had said some 12 years ago when he had the same thing happen. This is a two-seamer, starts outside, comes the back door, outside corner. But, you know, you learn a lot over time as a veteran, and he knew that if he continued to try to pitch, he was going to be out longer.
Hicks has it, and that is a double play. Hicks had a little trouble getting it out of his glove, but still enough time to just get Pedroia at first, and that's a 6-4-3 double play.
And that's exactly what Colon can do. Pedroia, a good hitter, but throws a little two-seam fastball and gets a ground ball. And you're right, that it's a great way to start, considering that you want to have a double play situation and turn 2 instead of allowing a run a runner to reach first base, and Pedroia jumped to the bag, was out. And that's a great Exmo, as we will continue to show you. And our Exmo is brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Exmo doesn't miss a thing.
So Ortiz hits with 2 outs. Sitting at 399 career home runs is David Ortiz, 21 coming this year. That one's driven to left center. That's hit pretty well. Cespedes back, and he's at the wall, makes the catch. So Ortiz just missed it. Leadoff walk, no damage done, no score after a half an inning. Did not score in their half of the top of the first. Here's the lineup. Crisp, Weeks, Reddick, Cespedes, Gomes, Carter, Inge, Hicks, and Suzuki.
And it is the veteran John Lester, the lefty on the mound for the Boston Red Sox. Those numbers, not the kind of numbers you expect to see from John Lester. And of course, I think the Red Sox would like to see a little bit better numbers. Last time the A's saw him was when Hurricane Irene was coming into Boston. That was last August the 27th, a day-night doubleheader. When
that was fun.
It was a miserable day-night doubleheader. A lot of rain, a lot of mud, but the A's unfortunately didn't do well. But Brandon Allen, remember Brandon? Hit a home run opposite field against John Lester in the first game.
I was concentrating on getting us out of town.
So was Mickey Morabito. And it worked. Got into Cleveland about 4 a.m. or something like that. But did get out. I mean, but it's so bad that you're carrying the umpires on your flight, so they want to get out as well.
That's a good point.
And
we'll just do our best to forget about it.
That's right.
Coco down the left field line, headed for the corner, and that baby is gone. 1-0 Athletics.
Well, second time this year already they've done it. Given 3 on the season, but the second time and jumped on a 2-0 fastball. Didn't wait around.
So just like that, the A's lead 1-0.
Last road trip against Kevin Millwood against the Seattle Mariners, and he does it again tonight. 6th career. To hit more home runs so those guys can have their handshakes or their whatever they're shaking. Well, that's another former Red Sox that's hit a home run against the Red Sox. We saw last night with Reddick and Brandon Moss. Coco tonight. A lot of times leadoff hitter, guys does not hit a lot of home runs. Pitcher says, well, I'm falling behind 2-0. I'll throw him a fastball. And at times they will take it. But that shows you right there that Coco Crisp jumped on the fastball, got it. And
shimmy for the manager.
So Coco has done it from both sides. Led off the game with a home run. Millwood, of course, the right-hander.
2-2 the count to Jemiah Weeks. And now a full count. Reddick will be next.
Manager Bob Melvin likes his club to play well in front of big crowds. Well, tonight's a big crowd, and so far they've started out very well. Double play in the first inning and a home run leading off the bottom half.
And now a walk to Weeks. So Reddick hits. This is what he did last night.
Matsusaka, first pitch hitting for Josh Reddick in the first inning with 2 outs. And tied the game with that long shot, his 19th. And Johnny Gomes, you know, it's interesting. When you look in Johnny Gomes' locker, you can see this boxer's robe. It's all yellow. And Josh Reddick last night being interviewed, Johnny Gomes got him one. Right. Here he is standing there, all the writers around him, and he's got the yellow robe. Just finished a knockout. Whatever he's been doing, just continue doing, because his 81 games, which was last night to the 81st, at least 14. 19 home runs.
41 RBIs for Reddick and a .261 batting average. Way in the dirt. So 1-1 the count. The A's are 3-1 against the Red Sox this year. They're 7-8 against the AL East. And they're 20-19 at home. Red Sox will come back to Oakland later on in the season. Reddick pops it up. Saltalamacchia and Nick Punto coming together, and neither of them catch it. That's a very, very catchable ball. Yeah. And Punto went into a slide. I'm not quite sure why.
Probably to avoid a collision with about the 6'5" Jared Saltalamacchia. But this is a third baseman's ball. Saltalamacchia, and obviously you would not think there was any communication. Punto, I got it as he hit the ground, but looked up and saw the big Saltalamacchia. A lot of foul territory, as we talk about here at the Coliseum, something that these guys don't have to deal with at Fenway Park, but definitely catchable ball, and Josh Reddick gets another opportunity. But maybe it's the foul territory that both catcher and third baseman felt they had to run so far. Neither one maybe felt they had the 100% chance of catching.
Reddick swings and misses, so there's a strikeout for Lester. So 1 away. Here's the defense for the Red Sox tonight. Nava, Kalish, Ross in the outfield. Punto, Aviles, Pedroia, Gonzalez on the infield, with Saltalamacchia again behind the plate. So Lester now faces Yoenis Cespedes. Cespedes playing left field tonight. For 4 last night for Cespedes. First pitch strike. Outfield plays Cespedes straight away.
Another guy great to have in the lineup. Of course, a couple of different injuries. It's on the DL. The other a little bit slower, and that's the hamstring that he stayed on. But his bat speed is unbelievable. It's a thing of beauty to see on a daily basis. way he gets the bad hit through the hitting zone.
And every day, a learning experience,
oh, yeah.
in probably 5 or 6 different ways for you on assessments. But the manager, Bob Melvin, was talking about that a couple days ago, and he said, as far as the baseball language, you could communicate with him very easily. He knows the baseball terminology.
Well, I tell you right now, a lot depends. You know, a big helper, that guy right there, Ariel Prieto, and he is his interpreter because their meetings go on, and basically Cespedes just sitting there. He does not understand any English, so the baseball part of it he understands, but as far as scouting reports and all those things, whether Adam Roden puts together or the pitchers, the hitting coach, whatever, it's up to Ariel Prieto to interpret and translate to him. But I still think his approach has been outstanding since he joined the club, and we talk about it often, that see ball, hit ball, and sometimes thinking too much, you can think what guys might be throwing you or going to throw you, and you can think too much about that and pitches by you. But I think his approach is get it ready to go and get the bad hit through the zone. If he likes it, that's a go.
1-2 the count with Weeks at first. Coco Crisp with a leadoff homer here in the bottom of the first. Rolls foul. Change up from Lester. Now that home run by Coco Crisp extends that stretch of consecutive games with the home run for the Athletics. It's now 14 straight games and 19 home runs total in those 14 games. A's as a team now have hit 80 home runs. They're 8th in the American League in home runs hit. Cespedes hits it hard but foul. So the count remains 1-2.
You saw some of the guys on the bench. Brandon Moss, of course, contributed, as well as Josh Reddick has hit a bunch, and it's 14 straight. Derek Norris has chipped in, but it's the pitchers sitting beside those guys that have the smiles on their faces, because now those guys, as Travis Blackley and the pitching staff takes them out, and they say, at least there's a chance now with the long ball, guys can come back and you can give up a few runs. There's a chance to come back and win a ball game with the long ball, which they have done in the walk-offs. Cespedes with one against the Dodgers, a big one. Check swing and tried to hold up, but just fouled the ball. No chance for Saltalamacchia to hang on. Bubba pretty much has a lineup that he'll throw out there against lefties and one against righties.
Looks like it, yeah.
He's got that working pretty well.
Cespedes, good swing there, fouled it straight back. Yeah, you're starting to see a Carter Moss, not much of a platoon there. You're starting to see it with Hicks and Pennington a little bit at shortstop, and you're seeing it with kind of Seth Smith, Johnny Gomes in the lineup at different times.
And both are right-handed hitters, but Derek Norris and Kurt Suzuki sharing time behind the plate. But you know, the one thing it does, it keeps everybody sharp, because you're not going to have anybody sitting. You look up and down the lineup with guys on the bench, they're going to be playing pretty regularly.
Weeks runs and the ball is cued foul. So Weeks will return to first base after one of his better head first slides. Not necessary.
That's a straight steal, and with 2 strikes on a hitter, that's dangerous, because just one out. So you hear contact, you got to be looking back to see where the ball is, unless Avila's really deked it. But 10th pitch coming up in this at bat, and he has fouled off 6 after getting a couple of strikes on him.
Takes that one. 2-2 the count. So 23 pitches thrown by Lester here in the first inning, and there's only 1 out. So remember, a disastrous start for Daisuke Matsusaka last night. Knocked out in the second inning. And a changeup and a swing and a miss. So when it's all said and done, Lester strikes out Cespedes for out number 2. Well, the news today, Brian Fuentes designated for assignment by the Athletics. Maybe a surprise, maybe not a surprise.
Well, he handled it very well and had a chance to visit with him. And you're right, that top part says it all, class act. And Brian Fuentes signed a 2-year contract last year with the A's. Went through last year and really a tough time for a number of reasons. And then it continued this year. Was, you know, one of 3 closers. Had the opportunity for a while, but got to the point when he came into the game in Texas and kind of I don't like to reference the mop-up, but a game that was out of whack a little bit, and he came in, and you see a veteran like that, you know something's going to be happening, but he know it, and I think there was talk about trades and all that stuff, but bottom line, it came down to the other 3 guys and the lefties in the bullpen doing a great job. They all respected. I think Ryan Cook said it best. He learned a lot from Brian Fuentes because Cook now the closer, and speak the brain of the guy who did it well.
Gomes rips one down the left field line. So he's got a hit, and Week stops at second.
And Delaire just pointed out, and we're very happy that he did this. And this was his 200th career save in a throwback uniforms. 200th career for Brian Fuentes, and he joins an elite group of lefties to get at least 200 saves. And there was a while similar to David Ortiz on that 99 mark. 199 for Fuentes, and it's 399 for David Ortiz. So very happy for Tito Brian Fuentes.
So here's Chris Carter with 2 on and 2 out. So the A's basically have 10 days to still try to work out a trade for Brian Fuentes before they release him if they cannot. Now they probably have been trying to trade him. So we'll see how it all ends up. But Brian Fuentes done as an Oakland Athletic. Carter swings and misses, 0-2 to count. So 0-2 to Carter. He's 3 for 7 with a couple of home runs since being called up. Fastball is high.
Now Chris Carter is getting his chance, another chance, and I think it's a different approach this time by the big one. He's big, and I think his aggressiveness, and especially he and Brandon Moss have a chance to put up some big numbers at first base combined, as they already have.
Fastball runs outside. 30 pitches now for Lester, as he has not looked sharp.
Sean Doolittle center, huh?
Good call.
Yeah, he got to raise that elbow a little bit.
Carter drives into right field. Cody Ross shading his eyes. He's under it. Side retired. Coco Crisp with a leadoff home run. So after 1, the Coliseum, the A's with a 1-0 lead over the Red Sox. Amazing Spider-Man, now in theaters. Beautiful look at Coliseum parking lot and beyond.
It's going to be packed tonight, and the auxiliary parking lot's going to be filling up as well. Sellout crowd for the Red Sox and fireworks and Bartolo Colon.
Facing Ross, Gonzalez, and Saltalamacchia here in the second inning. A's with a 1-0 lead on the Coco Crisp home run. There's the shutdown innings for Colon. 11 for 18. Not great. Cody Ross hitting .286, 12 home runs, 39 runs batted in, so he's having a good year for the Boston Red Sox.
Trying to think if Ross and Ryan Ludwig are the only two now that you can think of that bat right-handed, throw left-handed.
Cowgill.
Well, Cowgill for active.
He's on the DL.
Right. Ricky, of course, the most notable.
Good pitch there by Colon. Strike 3 call. So that is out number 1 here in the second.
Just two-seamer. Watch this ball move. Started the outside part of the plate and broke to the inside plate. 17-inch movement on that.
So here's Adrian Gonzalez. .272 for Gonzalez. 6 home runs, 43 runs batted in. And that one's driven to left center. Crisp on the move. He's got room, and he makes the catch for out number 2.
Cap, we have seen 2, one by David Ortiz and now one by Adrian Gonzalez. It probably would have been off the Green Monster in Boston.
Yeah, Ortiz definitely.
Yes, and maybe Ortiz would have gone up over the Monster. And it's a tall wall, but very inviting for left-handed hitters. And I think a lot of times the Red Sox hitters, it's got to be frustrating for them to play in their home park 81 games and know that they can just pelt the left field wall. But also when they go on the road, ball just doesn't travel as well, especially here.
2 outs for Saltalamacchia. So we shouldn't be surprised that the Red Sox lead the American League in doubles, which they do because of Green Monster's kind of a doubles machine.
Exactly. And when they hit the ball, they run as if they want a double. They know when it's not going to leave the yard, not going to be a home run over the Monster.
They're 5th in the league in home runs hit. They've hit 95, and they're 2nd in the league in runs scored. They trail the Texas Rangers coming into tonight.
How many of the Rangers scored tonight?
Rangers are getting beat tonight. The score is the White Sox 18 and the Rangers nothing. That one's hit to right field, and this game's going to be tied. Saltalamacchia homers. So it's 1-1. It looked like that pitch dropped right down and in to Saltalamacchia.
A rare changeup from Bartolo Colon. Very rare, especially with the movement on his fastball. Threw him a backdoor, looked like a slider. But this changeup, he wants it outside to Suzuki, but inner half of the plate at 84. And not surprised as switch hitter Saltalamacchia
pulled his hands in.
Yes, he did. He crushed it.
So number 16 for Saltalamacchia, and here's Ryan Kalish. But we were talking about that score. White Sox 18, Texas nothing in the bottom of the 7th inning. Roy Oswalt started that game for Texas. Gave up 4 runs in the first inning. White Sox have 21 hits, and they have the bases loaded in the bottom of the 7th inning. So ugly night for the Texas Rangers. They don't have too many of those. Coco racing back, and he's going to get there. He's got it. Side retired. Saltalamacchia with a home run, so we're tied at 1.
7th annual Dog Day at the Park, presented by Everdorm, Adams, and Nalabone. Fans are invited to bring their dogs to the park as the A's host the Yankees at 7:05. This year's event will feature a pregame pup rally and parade around the field. The rally begins at 5:20, where each dog will receive a goodie bag. For more information and to register for the event, go to oaklandathletics.com/dogday. Saw some dogs here today. I thought today was the day, but it's when the Yankees come to town.
So a 1-1 game. Crisp a home run. Saltalamacchia a home run. The Inge, Hicks, and Suzuki. White Sox got another run in that game. It's 19-0 going to the 8th inning.
You see, the Mariners went into Texas and scored 21 in one game. They've had 3 8-run innings against them. I don't know what if they had a big crooked number tonight. You mentioned the 4, but bottom line, they still lead the division.
Yeah, how about the best record in baseball?
That's one game.
So the only thing that's really hurting is their run differential.
Yeah, and ERA.
ERA.
And if Craig Gentry's going to be pitching, he pitched well for the Rangers. Their center fielder.
Inge fouls it straight back. The Angels and the Indians are having a battle with the weather in Cleveland. The Indians are leading 9-5 in the 9th inning, but they have just hit a rain delay. Inge on the changeup swings and misses. So it was getting close to being a finale, and the rain came in Cleveland, so a rain delay going there.
Good changeup from Lester, and a lot of pitches in the first inning, 31, but Brandon Inge gets a changeup that out of the strike zone, but still a very good pitch from the left-hander, and it's a good one.
Hits deep but foul. Jumped on that one. A second deck foul ball. So we're told, Ray, that game in Cleveland, remember the Indians are leading 9-5, top of the 9th inning, 2 outs. And they called it. Or they got the tarp on the field. So 1 out away from a victory for the Indians.
You know what makes it tough on that? The spread, the post-game spread.
Yeah.
You know, do you put it out and let the guys get it before the final out? You know, the Angels might come back and win. Some guys just do not miss a spread. Doesn't matter what time of the day, what inning it is.
One and 2 to Brandon Hicks. Drops down and in. Hicks is 0 for his last 11. Remember, he had a couple big hits in that series against the Giants. Overall, he's 3 for 19.
If you look at if it's a platoon situation, there are probably more right-handed pitchers than lefties. So the right-handed part of that platoon probably will get fewer at bats.
Well, he probably thought he was going to play tomorrow. The Red Sox scheduled Franklin Morales, who's a left-hander, but they've made a change in it to be a right-hander, Aaron Cook. Very high to right. Ross going back, still going back. Ball's carrying, and Ross now near the warning track and reaches out at the last minute and makes the catch. Here's our true story brought to you by McDonald's. It was May 19th of 2008. John Lester pitches a no-hitter against the Kansas City Royals. 130 pitches, 9 strikeouts, 7-0 was the final score. It was his first complete game. A couple of years before, he had been diagnosed with a rare non-Hodgkin's lymphoma disease. So he fought that. He's won that. He's got a no-hitter. He's a very good left-handed pitcher. He's 28 years old, from Tacoma, Washington, John Lester. Second-round pick of the Red Sox back in 2002.
That win with the illness, probably the biggest one he's ever had.
I would say the biggest he ever will. Up the middle. Pedroia fields it. Lester may have got a piece of it, and Suzuki's out. 3 up, 3 down inning for Lester. We're on to the third inning. It's a 1-1 game.
People celebrating America's birthday a little bit early, but tomorrow you can really celebrate it. Celebrate Independence Day with the A's. 10,000 fans will receive a patriotic A's red, white, and blue baseball hat. Not that hat, but it's still red, white, and blue. It's presented by Wells Fargo when the A's play the Red Sox tomorrow on the 4th of July. For more information and tickets, go to oaklandathletics.com/tickets. It's a good bid.
Mike Aviles to lead it off. First pitch a little bit low, I guess. Aviles, Punto, and Nava. See, everybody's just getting ready for tomorrow, 4th of July. If you can't have fun on the 4th of July, then you can't have fun. You're never going to have fun.
That's good looking stuff to wear, celebrate America's birthday. It's great.
Each team with a solo home run. Aviles having a good season. 43 RBIs. I think no other shortstop in baseball has more RBIs than Aviles. 2-2 pitch, just a bit outside. Cologne not missing by a lot. So full count. That one chopped. Hicks has it. Guns it across to Carter, and that's out number 1. Here's our Subway Eat Fresh Ask Glenn and Ray question. Steve from Modesto asks, does Kurt Suzuki call the pitches? If so, why does he look into the dugout before he gives the sign? It's a good question, right?
He calls his own game. He only looks into the dugout, and you'll watch him. He will never look in the dugout with nobody on base. So maybe Bertie Dallaire can show him, just look right at. Now just watch this now. He will not look in the dugout. Okay, so he's not getting any help. He's calling his own game. When there's a runner on base, you'll see him look in the dugout, and there will be signs given, usually by Chip Hale, as to whether he wants to have the pitcher step off, throw over, pitch out, whatever it might be. Last night we saw Bob Melvin, the skipper, stand up when the runners at first and second. He gave a sign, and I asked Chip about it, and he said he wanted to let the catcher know where to throw in the event both runners ran. So to answer your question, the catchers at this level will call their own game but only get help when their runners on base get help, because that's kind of the expected now. Tony Russo started back when Terry Steinbach was catching, and he basically said, I'll take the pressure off you as a catcher, or any of his catchers. I'll take the pressure off. I will call, I being Tony Russo, will call pitch outs, throw over, step offs, freeze the runner, whatever, so that you don't have to think about it.
Punto can't believe it.
Worst thing ever happened.
Punto, a few words for Brian O'Nora. He did not like the strike 3 call.
Well, it's a 4-seam fastball outside corner, and Tommy Cam would tell you exactly how far outside that pitch was. But Brian O'Nora liked it, and Nick Punto's got a beef. Understandably so, and he'll walk upstairs, I'm sure, and take a look at it. But again, it's the angle in which the umpire looks. I mean, it's simple as that. And Colon, good reputation for throwing strikes.
He was top of the order, Daniel Nava, who walked to lead off the game but was erased on a double play.
At the last catcher I'm aware of that called his own game with regard to pitch outs and throwing out or throw over to the center was Jason Kendall, Kansas City, with Ned Yost, a former catcher, as his manager. And he said simply, he's a veteran behind the plate, and actually speeds up the game to some extent, because the catcher a lot of times is not going to have a guy throw over and might feel something, call a pitch out, and be successful.
Colon reaches out, grabs it, flips to first, side retired. 3 up, 3 down inning for Bartolo Colon. Coco Crisp is going to lead it off for the A's in the bottom of the 3rd. He homered in his first at bat.
The 12 Major League Baseball All-Star Game as the best of the American League take on the National League's top players. Don't miss the action Tuesday, July the 10th at 4:30 p.m. in Kansas City. Midsummer Classic.
First pitch to Coco Crisp is a strike. Remember last night, Ray, you and I talked about some of our favorite moments from past All-Star games. A's fans checked in on some of their favorite moments of different All-Star games, which was interesting. I'll tell you what some of our great fans had to say about their memories. Crisp homered in the first inning. On Twitter, Andrew V said Steinbach's home run and MVP win in 1988 when no one thought he should be there.
That's right.
And Bo Jackson's performance in '89 was great too. That's a good one. Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
Long home run leading off the game.
Good. Russell leading off up in the batter's eye in center field at Anaheim.
Coco goes around, and that's strikeout number 4 for Lester. So looks like he may be settling down some after a rocky first inning.
Now batting, second baseman, number 19, Jamayo.
Estefan on Twitter said, how about 2001 Cal Ripken homering in his last All-Star game?
It was in Seattle, right?
Yeah.
And that's when he was at third base, and Alex Rodriguez, I think, played short, and they were announced that way, but A-Rod said no. You're going to move to shortstop.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, they moved, changed positions. He basically said, let's go. You're going to be at shortstop.
Scott Taylor on Facebook. Here's a good one. Terry Steinbach single-handedly defeating the National League in 1988.
And we showed that when Steiny was here for their float day. I think it was a hanging hook from Doc Gooden, who just made the news because of what Jared Parker has done. 10 of 14 starts, 1 or fewer runs allowed. Runs.
A lot of the fans talked about the Terry Steinbach. He's won the game 2-1. Sergio on Facebook brings up Randy Johnson throwing behind John Kruk's back. A little humor. I don't know how funny it was to be the hitter. 0-2 pitch. And Weeks swings and misses, so that's back-to-back strikeouts. 5 in the game now for Lester.
Well, he's using changeups and this hook to get strikeouts, and this one in the dirt. Good block by Saltalamacchia, but the changeup has worked effectively. And now the curveball.
So the changeup velocity is pretty high, huh, Ray? 85 miles an hour.
It's all deception. The delivery, the way he throws the changeup, and I think from his standpoint, he does not have to throw it with the 10 to 12 mile an hour differential that we talk about. It's a good one. It's all about deception and what he's done. And you pitch a no-hitter, especially at Fenway, you're doing something. Brett Anderson almost did. Another lefty.
So Reddick steps in. He struck out swing. Michael Snyder on Facebook says Ichiro robbing Bonds of a home run. Actually, it was not Ichiro. It was Torrey Hunter who robbed him. That was in Milwaukee. Kathy Lee says loved Steiny, Mack, Carney, Ricky, and Hack. And the skipper missed those 80s.
Well, Mack was great in the home run derby. Just watching Mark McGuire and the monster shots that he would hit, he kind of started the trend of watching guys take batting practice, see how far they would hit their home run balls. I like the Ichiro off of the
inside the park.
San Francisco, right. The only inside the park home run ever hit, all-star play. It's my watch. Brian Honora got some dirt in his eye.
Our fans talked about the 1987 All-Star game, which was played right here at the Coliseum.
Nobody could see. Twilight. First, when the All-Star game starts on the West Coast, it's going to start about 5:15, 5:20, and the shadows, and can't see much of anything. You know what I remember about the '87 game here in Oakland? Was it '87 or
yeah,
80?
'87.
The late Gary Carter, rest his soul, of course, great catcher, Hall of Famer. Saw him downstairs, and I said, "Have a good game." And he said, "You'll never see happen to me what happened to you." I'll never forget those words, but
so he was a fan of you in a certain kind of way.
Yeah, he said, "I learned a lot from you."
2-2 to Reddick. Now again, that doesn't make your shoulder feel any better.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Why
not? Give it a shot.
Now he can say he and Brian Honora are the same.
Reddick hops it up. Punto is going to have a play in foul territory, and he does. So that's 7 in a row retired by Lester, and we're through 3. It's tied at 1. One game, top of the 4th inning. Sellout crowd tonight at the Coliseum. It'll be Pedroia, Ortiz, and Ross. Rangers are on the board, right? 19-2. Top of the 9th inning.
Well, you know one guy that's been happy tonight. It's Hawk Harrelson.
That's right.
White Sox going big. Probably put them on the board. A few of them.
They've been putting them on the board. Orioles and the Mariners are scoreless in the 4th inning. Chen for the Orioles, Hernandez for the Mariners. That's the 2nd game of that series. Mariners won last night 6-3. Hit hard toward Brandon Hicks, and that's out number 1. So Felix Hernandez pitching tonight, Tuesday night. So the Mariners have an off day Thursday. And the reason I'm bringing it up at all is the question, would Hernandez pitch on Sunday against the A's? Obviously Sunday would be 4 days, but they would have to skip a starter if they have 5 starters. Millwood's hurt.
I've always felt that if you're the best, you're the ace, and you're going to pitch every 5th day regardless.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't imagine him pitching tonight and then not pitching until next weekend, meaning after the All-Star.
Yeah, and unless someone were to call Ron Washington and say, hey, don't pitch him so he's eligible to pitch extended time in the All-Star game, I don't think that's the case.
So we don't know the rotation for sure, but we'll see if Hernandez pitching tonight does indeed pitch on Sunday here at the Coliseum.
A couple years ago, he won the Cy Young Award, what, with 13, 14 wins. He did not make his last start against the A's because they figured that was the end of the season, last game of the season. Figured that he's going to win it, he's going to win it. That one game's not going to help.
Off the end of the bat, Reddick comes in on a dive. Heck of an effort, but cannot quite get it. And Ortiz has a 1-out single. It was hit right off the end of the bat, and Reddick ran a long ways.
Well, Coco Crisp, a good job backing him up. This ball off the end of the bat, a big swing, and it's an outfield. You got to be thinking it's going to be hit a long ways. And of course, they're playing deep. Reddick coming across, great effort, and there is Coco. There's your Exmo showing great effort by Josh Reddick. Very far from it, but he knew, as these outfielders playing together know that they back up each other, and especially a ball hit like that, it's only going to get a single.
So Ross hits. He struck out looking in the second inning. First pitch in for a strike. One the count. .45 pitches for Bartolo Colon in the fourth inning. Carter playing behind Ortiz. That one chopped slowly to third, and it's just foul. So how do you explain this, Ray? As I mentioned this briefly to you right before we went on the air, that the Boston Red Sox are playing their 81st game tonight. They have played 2 games against the New York Yankees this year. 3-game series. One of the games got rained out. They have not been to Yankee Stadium yet this year.
That is hard to believe. That really is, because that means they've got 17 games to play in the second half of the season. Yeah, it is. That's a major rivalry, too. These sellouts every game between those two teams.
Ross swings and misses on a 1-2 pitch. So he strikes out for the second time.
Well, I think we saw the same thing when the Dodgers actually came here to Oakland before they played the Giants in the National League. High fastball uppercut by Ross, couldn't catch up to it, and a little bit tarded, a little bit late on the swing. A good pitch by Colon. By the way, Bartolo Colon, his 13th home run he's given up this season. That was to Saltalamacchia and all solos. So he's continued that trend. And mostly against lefties, his Saltalamacchia switch hitter batting left-handed against him.
And I bring up that point about the Yankees. The Red Sox will go home after this series, and they will host the Yankees this weekend. But again, they have yet to go to New York. It will even out in the end. Seems kind of quirk of the schedule, which there always is. Break it down. 5-7 against the West. So not great against the West, and really not great within their own division. 13-16. Overall, the Red Sox 42-38. 6.5 back, now 6 back, because the Yankees lost again. Rays 7, Yankees 4. So for the second night in a row, the Rays beat New York. So Boston has a chance to pick up a full game. Pitch is low. Now 3-1 to Gonzalez with Saltalamacchia in the on-deck circle. That one's lined to right center field, and that's a base hit. Ortiz digging around second, and the big fella's going to head into third standing up. So first and third, 2 outs for Saltalamacchia.
Well, good thing about this one, the A's playing deep with 2 outs and respecting the power of Gonzalez into right center, and the Exmo see the foot get down, and boy, that means that is pretty good. And they lift the front leg, and this ball cut off by Josh Reddick. Otherwise, If they're not playing a little bit deeper and Reddick not able to cut the ball off, even big puppy David Ortiz, who's much lighter, running much better, and might have scored with 2 outs.
First pitch to Saltalamacchia is inside. He homered in the second. His 16th home run of the year. Hit it up into the seats just to the right of the out-of-town scoreboard. That one missed again, 2-0.
Well, this was a solo shot. It was a changeup down and in at 84 miles per hour. And so far in this event, he's seen 2 fastballs inside. Not the two-seam fastball that we're accustomed to seeing with Colon starting it inside. That's going to go away.
Right there for strike 2-1. $16 homers and 38 RBIs for Saltalamacchia. Ortiz at third, Gonzalez at first. Pitch again, 2-2.
By the way he's taking the 4 fastballs, you think he's looking for another changeup.
I would not look for anything but a fastball.
Well,
from Bartolo.
Exactly, and plus, you'd have to think that a catcher and a pitcher are going to know that if you're going to hit a changeup, swing the way Saltalamacchia did, it's very unusual to get another one.
2-2 pitch. Fastball again, just outside.
Now let's see if they go inside. 3 fastballs outside, and this one a little bit too far for Brian O'Neill, but Bartolo likes the 2-seamer. If it's breaking a lot, he may change it up and go inside, but throw it hard and go for the 2-seamer, or stay away from it. Just watch Kurt Suzuki, and it's got to be away.
Gonzalez goes and pop up toward the seats and into the seats. So the battle continues. Colon, Saltalamacchia.
And all fastballs again. 6 fastballs to Saltalamacchia. He's going to get another one.
He fouled it straight back. He's with that shift on with Weeks out in shallow right field and Hicks right behind second base.
If you remember the game against the Giants, bases loaded. Colon pitching and back-to-back hitters. Started the fastball inside, got big strikeouts with the bases loaded. The A's salvaged 1 win in the weekend series. He's staying outside of the fastball, maybe not confident that he's going to get the kind of movement that he wants normally. Ready to go there inside with the 2-seamer here.
And Saltalamacchia. Carter knocks it down, cannot come up with it. Run's going to score as the ball trickles away from Carter. Ortiz comes in, and the Red Sox take a 2-1 lead. It was a hard hit ball to the backhand of Carter, and he just could not make a clean play on it.
Well, it was a 2-seamer in. Saltalamacchia hit it, and I guess you could say it was hit too hard to get the body in front of it. You can see the ball also hooking, and maybe he could have gotten in front of it, and that would have helped maybe knock the ball down and maybe recover and make a play. And I think, and just watching that replay again, get the body in front much easier than a backhand. So he's given an error.
Indeed, E3.
So no RBI, and that's a big one.
So a run in, first and third again, and here's Kalish. Kalish hits a shot. Weeks backhands, and that was a hard hit ball. And a nice play by Weeks. Side retired. So an unearned run for the Red Sox. They lead 2-1 after 3.5. AT&T, who were the 2 A's players and the 3 Red Sox players that were American League All-Stars in 1987 right here at the Oakland Coliseum. Wow. 87. A's had 2 guys. A's trailing 2-1, bottom of the 4th inning. Cespedes, Gomes, and Carter. Cespedes struck out swinging in the 1st inning. 5 strikeouts for Lester. And he has retired 7 in a row. Lester has a terrific career record. He is 81 and 39. Look long and hard to find a better winning percentage than that. It's his 6th year in the big league. 81 and 39.
That's why people say, well, he has been pitching well. You can never look at somebody like that. They're going to figure it out. They're going to have success as he has had without figuring out some problems he might be having. Red Sox with a very good rotation as always. I want to get Big John Lackey back. It's got to get better.
Lester's been an all-star the last 2 years, not this year. So 3-2. In fact, you look at his last 4 years, Ray. 16-6, 15-8, 19-9, and 15-9. That's pretty good. And good ERAs in the 3s each year. So full count. There's that little crack of sun that we get every night right about this time. another 3-2 pitch. That one lined to right field. Ross coming in, and he got a good jump, and he makes the catch. Here's our Farmers Insurance report card, and it's what we're talking about, folks. Best winning percentage in Major League Baseball since 2006. Lester is third. CC Sabathia is first. Halladay second. And then Verlander, Weaver, and Santana. Well, if you're a starting pitcher and you got a winning percentage over 600, that's pretty darn good. Also a bit of a oddity for Lester is that in his career he's actually pitched better on the road than he has at home. Which you just don't see that very often for a pitcher.
The left-handers have always, it seemed, had trouble pitching at Fenway Park because of the short left field wall, but I don't think the way Lester pitches it affects him at all.
Well, they need John Lester to be the leader of the staff. Daisuke Matsusaka put on the disabled list. As he pitched last night, was not very good. That's this year, so the pitching better on the road holds up this year as well. And a good changeup, and that is strikeout number 6.
There are times a catcher, pitcher will watch a hitter, and Johnny Gomes got the 2-1 changeup. He swung exactly the same way he did on this 2-2 changeup. Same location, same swing, and that's why you can back up. Several changeups in succession against a hitter. They just don't believe you got to keep throwing, especially release point, as Lester has proven tonight with the changeup. It's a good one.
So basically, changeup's a great pitch because a hitter looking for a fastball, it looks like a fastball. It's not. He swings and misses.
Exactly. They're swinging at the motion.
So if you throw him a changeup, he's thinking he's probably not going to throw it again. Well, then he's really looking for a fastball.
Of course,
right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, go back to Dallas Braden's last start before he had surgeries right here against the Tigers. He had nothing but a changeup because his shoulder was hurting. And he gave up nothing to the Tigers.
0-2 pitch, strike 3 called. 7 strikeouts now for Lester, and he's retired 10 in a row. 2-1 Red Sox after 4. the 5th inning. Bartolo Colon will face Aviles, Punto, and then the top of the order, Nava. First pitch to Aviles is low. He grounded out to short his first at bat.
And Bartolo Colon's main objective right now is to keep them right where the Red Sox are, not give additional runs, because John Lester, with the number of pitches in the first inning, he has done very well considering, but 31 pitches in his first half inning against the A's, giving up the 1 run.
It was an unearned run last inning. Pitch is popped up. Carter and Weeks are in the area, and it'll be Jamal Weeks who has it. 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. I see today, Ray, where Chipper Jones got named to the National League All-Star team as a replacement for Matt Kemp. So a lot of talk about Chipper Jones. He was one of the guys, 5 finalists in the National League. He is, of course, retiring at the end of this year.
Well, they were going to find a way to get him to Kansas City, regardless, and they should have. I mean, you're not your retirement and your future Hall of Famer, as Chipper Jones is, and find a way. And of course, he was one of the 5 finalists. I thought Bryce Harper was very class. The 19-year-old said, "Hey, he should be a part of it." And so, if it means more people vote for him, then so be it. Bryce Harper, I think he's going to have a few opportunities to play in some All-Star games.
Punto is retired, 4-3, and that's out number 2. Here's our AT&T trivia answer. Who were the 2 A's players and the 3 Red Sox players that were American League All-Stars in 1987 when the game was played right here at the Coliseum?
Now batting, number 66, Daniel
Mark McGuire and Jay Howell. And for the Red Sox, Boggs, Evans, and Hurst. It was a 2-0 National League win over the Reds.
Yep. The Rock, Tim Raines, who was with the Athletics for a year and got the game winner. And he got the game winner when it got dark, because at twilight it was the most unhittable performance you would see. And of course, again, anytime it happened in Anaheim, I think they might have gone 16 innings a long time ago. They played in Anaheim just to twilight. You just can't see the ball.
Base hit for Daniel Nava. He's been on base twice with a walk and now a single.
In the one game I remember in the All-Star game one year was in Baltimore. And you know how now it seems like every player gets in the lineup, somehow gets in the game. And I think in that game, and I want to say the Blue Jays had won the World Series, so Cito Gaston was the manager. Mike Mussina was with the, he was playing for the Orioles, was warming up in the bullpen. And everybody could see him, but he never came to the game. And there were some disappointed fans there expecting their own player to come in. And it seemed from that point forward, it was, we can't have that anymore. We got to get everybody in the game. And it got to the point they used so many in one particular year, they had to end it in a tie. So now it's changed the point that 13 pitchers, 1 held back to make sure he could pitch some length if necessary, so they never have to experience that again. Plus, it means something. A postseason World Series home field advantage, so there has to be a winner.
Yeah, you wonder if you can understand if it's a player on the team that's hosting the game. I think you should try to get him in.
Exactly.
If it's the only guy.
Right.
And in this case, in Kansas City, I think Billy Butler's the only Royal.
Yeah. Ned Yost is going to be introduced. He's the manager of the Royals, and of course, he's one of Ron Washington's coaches.
But again, it's easy for us to say, but the manager, it's not an easy job for the manager. Well, Tony La Russa's taking a lot of heat. I don't know if it's right or wrong, or I don't know who's right or wrong in this whole Tony's leaving Reds players off because they got in a big fight last year. Who knows what's going on?
Well, plus, I think the manager and Ron Washington said, I only had 7 choices and I had to take 5 pitchers.
Sure.
So you start getting limited in players you can take.
Time.
Yeah. But, you know, talking to Jared Softelmakia, who probably should be on the All-Star team with his numbers as a catcher, and Jordan Berto as a pitch count for Bartolo approaching 74. Its next pitch will be 74, so you know he's going to be limited. But Jared Softelmakia made a good point. I think players have that if the World or the All-Star game determines home field advantage, then why can't the best players and maybe for each league play the game and play to try to win it, not to try to satisfy everybody, and especially in a fan vote, kind of a popularity contest.
Inge has it. A hit and a runner left. Bottom of the 5th coming up. The Red Sox 2 and the A's 1. California is brought to you by Cache Creek's Summer of Luck. $500 cash every hour from 2 p.m. until midnight. Visit CacheCreek.com. Red Sox 2, the A's 1. It's the bottom of the 5th inning. Sellout crowd tonight. Still plenty of time for the Athletics. John Lester has settled in after a rocky first inning. He has not allowed a hit since the first inning. He's retired 10 in a row. Punto, a little bit of a juggle, but plenty of time to throw an inch, make it 11 in a row. So we always talk about Cache Creek.
Now
Go up there, right?
Number 18.
You going tomorrow or Thursday?
No, but our terrific graphics operator Josh Hood, who's a
beautiful,
very good golfer, he's going up there. He's going to play golf for a couple days over the All-Star break. So Cache Creek is more than just
that's right
going up there and gambling. They got a terrific golf course up there. All kinds of different restaurants. So go up there and play golf if you want to.
I get the report from Josh.
Yes, we will.
He's a scratch golfer anyway, so that's got to be just another course that he dominates.
So beautiful golf course up there. Another reason to head up to Cache Creek. Big chopper toward third. More action for Punto, and he throws in time. 2 outs. So 2 outs for Suzuki.
Think about the and we're talking about the
Right-handed
lineup, left-handed lineup, right-handed batters against. There's one lefty in the lineup tonight. I think at times, and I think of the great Jamie Moyer at 49, he loved it when there's so many right-handed hitters because you try to overpower a changeup, you try to pull it, And what Lester has done tonight, I mean, he's on a nice roll. That's what, going back to bat,
3, 6, 9, 10, 12 in a row.
Gomes base hit in the first inning, and he's retired everybody since. And he was the fifth batter. But I think that plays right into the hands of a left-handed pitcher. There's a change-up. And you know, John Lester, and we showed the velocity of his changeup at about 85. But I think a lot of times against a pitcher like this, if you just think opposite field, if you're a right-handed hitter and all the righties in the lineup, with the exception of Reddick, you just think right field and think changeup, and then react on a fastball, just like that.
Suzuki lines it, but it's foul.
But he just reacted. That was a fastball inside, and he got a little bit too quick. Would love to have the 2-out double.
So you think about the two pitches in the middle, a good cutter, and then a changeup. So a ball moving in and a ball that he's going to keep away from a right-handed hitter.
A curve strikeout with Jamal Wiggs. He kind of showed that pitch tonight, but he's not thrown a lot of them.
Suzuki flips one. Pedroia going back, and he cannot quite get it. So Suzuki has a 2-out single.
And you can see the reaction of Kurt Suzuki, who was upset when he got out quickly with a fastball inside and just missed a double. And struggling, feeling good now. His left hand is feeling much better, and just swung at a pitch off the plate. A waste pitch maybe from John Lester, but Suzuki just flared it out to right field. Exmo, extend, release the top hand, and thank you for a base hit. That's it. Makes up for all those line drives that are caught.
So that's the third hit for the Athletics. And here's Coco Crisp. Pitch drops down and in to Crisp, who homered leading off the bottom of the first inning, right down the left field line, and then he struck out swinging in the third.
A's have not had a lot of base runners, but when they've had a runner at first, and Lester just did it there, he took a long time, but he got the changeup pitch that he was going to throw. He really kind of delayed his pitch to the plate. Good fastball there, but Coco in the same count, 2-0, fastball in, turned on it. Lester knew, said give me another baseball because he was gone. But that's it for the A's. One of 2 hits in the first inning, and Suzuki just got the third.
That's a fair ball. Punto's going to go to second, and it's in time to get Suzuki. Side retired. A hit and a runner left, and we're on to the 6th inning. Red Sox 2 and the A's 1. Stay up to date on everything athletics with Casey Pratt. Follow Casey on Twitter at Casey Pratt CSN. Log on to Ace Talk on CSNCalifornia.com all season long to read Casey's news and notes on the Oakland Athletics. That lady right there with the phone, she's checking right now on Twitter to see what Casey's tweeting about tonight's game. Ortiz grounds out. So that's out number 1 here in the 6th inning. Bartolo Colon has allowed 4 hits. He's got 3 strikeouts.
Well, the shift used by the Athletics with Big Papi, David Ortiz. Of course, he blooped one last at bat in right center and scored the second run unearned.
Now batting, number 7.
So Bartolo Colon, a solo home run. Saltalamacchia hit that. Then he also hit a ground ball that Chris Carter was given an error. Big Papi looks good. He may play till he's 40, 45. Who knows? He's a young man still looking for the 400th. And how many times do we see guys looking for that one hit, that in this case a monumental home run for David Ortiz? They start thinking about it. Hasn't thought about one of the 399 he hit, but he's thinking about 400 because that's an elite group.
Want to know to Cody Ross in there for a strike. Well, Ortiz's last home run was the 27th of June. So he hasn't gone too long yet, but each game goes by. You probably think about it a little bit. Another strike call. Cody Ross is going to go for a walk. Cody having trouble pulling the trigger.
One guy I remember following, Mark McGuire. It never affected him when he got to those. It seemed like, okay, you need a 500, do it today. That's big home runs for Mac, and he got them.
Cody Ross has struck out twice, once swinging and once looking. That one bounced toward Colon, who backhands it, straightens up, throws in time. So 2 outs. So there's David Ortiz on the all-time home run list, tied with Galarraga and Kalen.
Number 28, Adrian
Murphy,
Gonzalez.
Carter, Edmonds. Got close but could not quite get there. Adam Dunn is getting close as well.
400 used to be great, and one time 400 home runs almost got you in the Hall of Fame as a lock. And of course didn't affect Al Kaline at 399. But I think just saw Darrell Evans' name come up recently. I think about 410 home runs. Dave Kingman over 400. And of course at one time the 500 home runs, that was automatic. It was like 3,000 hits or 300 wins.
Hit hard into right field. A base hit for Adrian Gonzalez. He's 2 for 3. And hit number 5 for the Red Sox. That'll bring up Saltalamacchia. Orioles have taken a 4-0 lead over the Seattle Mariners in the 6th inning. Saltalamacchia with a home run in the 2nd, and then in the 4th inning with runners at 1st and 3rd, he had a hard hit ball toward Carter. Carter could not handle it. It was an error. And a run scored on that play.
I think Saltalamacchia is kind of coming into his own, in a sense, what everybody expected him to do. Traded from Atlanta to Texas in the big share trade, and of course now the Boston Red Sox. It's taken a few years, but he's hit in the middle of the lineup, producing, and did a good job catching.
That one drops a little bit low. .84 pitches now for Bartolo Colon. There action out in the bullpen. Roberto is throwing. So first start back off the disable is for Cologne. Their foul ball by Saltalamacchia. I would think once Cologne starts to inch over 90 pitches, this night may be getting close to being finished.
Bob Melvin looking at the lineup card. Of course, Kalish in the on deck circle, left-hander, and Roberto ready. He got up last inning, and decision time for a manager. You got a veteran in Cologne. No doubt concerned about the pitch count.
Very high. Coco Crisp coming in now, and he's got it. Cespedes with a little help. Side retired. 2-1. Red Sox lead as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Light, 6th inning. It's time for the Coors Light Freeze Can. On that note, Coors Light Freeze Can is brought to you by Frostburg Coors Light. It's the world's most refreshing beer. So Bartolo Colon, 6 innings tonight, handshakes all around. So he did get right up to that, close to that 90 pitch mark.
Well, you can understand why it was a happy day. Nice comeback for Bartolo, a couple of weeks on the disabled list, and traveled with the A's on the last trip, so he was getting ready, tuned up for tonight's start. It's always good to see, and the A's score a couple of runs, give him a chance to pick up a win.
And Ray, the A's have tentatively scheduled for this weekend against the Mariners. Malone on Friday, Parker on Saturday, Cologne on Sunday. Remember, tomorrow it's A.J. Griffin. So basically what we're saying is Travis Blackley will not start a game again before the All-Star break. I think the A's would like to keep the other guys on regular 4-day rest. So Blackley, who has been terrific, is not going to pitch again, or not start again. He'll be available out of the bullpen, I would think. Weeks is retired, so Punto's been busy tonight.
Well, it's a good point, too, because Thursday is an off day, and you can arrange that. Then there are 4 days off starting Monday before the season resumes in the so-called second half, which this is the beginning of the second half tonight as the A's played their 81st game last night. But you also see some players be optioned to AAA. Maybe they want them to play. during that time. Or maybe you're not going to need a pitcher.
Right field, but Reddick got under it. So that's out number 2. So in Blackley's case, he pitched on Sunday. So he could almost get 2 starts if that was something the A's thought about doing.
Josh Reddick just a little bit under it, and knew he missed it, trying to get him second homer against his former team. Jay Griffin in front of Josh Reddick, studying the Red Sox as he prepares.
First pitch to Cespedes, inside corner, a strike. "15 of the last 16 have been retired by John Lester." Big swing and a miss. So that pitch right there, a fastball, but pretty good downward movement. He's at 90. The first inning got him 31, but he's been terrific since then. Oh-2 pitch, and that one Cespedes just barely got a piece of.
Well, you just keep expecting Cespedes, and of course the way he swings the bat, the bat speed, just keep waiting for him to make contact, because when he does, I mean, it travels. It's not usually a bloop or a broken bat. I mean, he gets the bat hit through the zone, and he is strong enough to put a charge in. And now hitting and eating sunflower seeds at the same time. It's pretty good.
There's a breaking ball that ends up quite a ways inside to Cespedes. The only rookie in the American League with more home runs than Cespedes is Will Middlebrooks, the Red Sox third baseman who has been out of the lineup the last couple games. A little bit of an injury, hamstring situation for Middlebrooks. One-two pitch, a fastball swing and a miss. That's 8 strikeouts for Lester. So we're moving to the 7th inning. Red Sox still leading 2-1. This year, Kevin Youkilis gets traded to the White Sox. He learns during the game for his last at bat. He hits a triple versus the Braves, and then Bobby Valentine does the right thing, pulls him out of the game, Standing ovation from the Fenway crowd. Well deserved. Youkilis was a terrific player for the Red Sox. Struggling a little bit this year, but Ray, you and I both agree. I think he's going to help the White Sox a lot.
Yes, I agree 100%. And
maybe he was ready for a change. Who knows? So when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and tune up your oil change, tune up and smog experts. Here's Jordan Alberto coming in.
Let's say about Kevin Youkilis. I don't know, and of course, every hitter takes it bad seriously. But when Kevin Youkilis made an out, he was always upset. I bet, I would venture to say he went through a number of helmets in his career. Poor helmet would always take the brunt of his displeasure, but
it would be hard to take every at bat or every out like he did.
Exactly.
Youkilis hit a home run tonight for the White Sox, who beat Texas 19-2. That game played in Chicago. But the White Sox, desperate need for some type of production at third base. Not only this year, it's been a while since they've had production there, and they think they got it at Youkilis.
Maybe that's why they hired their manager, Robin Ventura, because he was a great third baseman. Ventura done a very good job in this first season as Major League manager.
6 innings for Bartolo Colon, 2 runs, 1 earned.
Very, very good performance by the veteran right-hander, and again, 15 days on the DL, back pitching very well.
Brandon Inge comes in on the grass. He's got it. Kalish is retired. Check out some more of the numbers, Ray, from that White Sox 19-2 win. Let's see, they had a 9-run 5th inning. They had 21 hits total. Youkilis, Dunn, and Rios homered in the first inning. And Chris Sale was the winning pitcher. Very shallow, and that is going to fall. The glove comes off Cespedes. Let's hope he's okay. Let's hope everybody's okay. Aviles has a bloop single.
Well, a big swing by Aviles, and I think this is one play that you don't see Cespedes. It broke back initially, and he has tremendous speed. And Hicks going out, and you see something like that, there's no time for a conversation, any sort of communication between the two. And Cespedes, you know, once he broke back on the ball, they might as well just give up, because even with his great speed, could not catch up to a ball that was softly hit.
So a 1-out single. Here's Nick Punto. Shows bunt, and the pitch is low. In that White Sox win, Roy Oswalt was the starting pitcher for Texas. 4 2/3 innings, 13 hits, and 9 earned runs.
So that's back-to-back games. He's got given up 13 hits. He won the one he gave up 13. His first start for the Rangers. Not this time.
The home run for Adam Dunn was his 25th of the year.
That's great. Couldn't be happier for him. He handled that situation last year so well, it's unbelievable. Joe Miller gets loose in the A's pen.
The Indians ended up winning that game against the Angels 9-5, so they resumed play. Got the final out. Did the Indians. McAllister over Heron.
What was the rain delay? Just curious. Did you get that?
It was not real long, because we saw the highlights of it.
But they completed the game, right?
They did, yeah.
So
Trout and Pujols homered in a losing effort for the Angels. Rays beat the Yankees 7-4. Shields over Nova. Rodney with his 24th save. Fernando Rodney. How about that? He's an all-star. Jays beat the Royals 6-3. Losing pitcher was Vin Mazzaro. Gave up 6 earned runs and 5 1/3. So Mazzaro Still can't put it all together.
Did against the A's.
Had a decent start.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's about it.
So 1-2 to Nick Punto. Array that Angels game. That delay in the 9th inning was the second rain delay of that game.
Yeah.
There was one earlier, and then the 2 delays totaled an hour and 41 minutes. Another foul ball by Nick Punto. Strikeout and a ground out for the Red Sox third baseman. Well, the big crowd has not had a whole lot to cheer about tonight.
First inning,
yeah.
That was it.
Still time left. The A's have 3 at-bats. That pitch very close, but a bit low. Roberto thought that it may have been a strike. Asked Jordan Roberto about the beard. How's it going? Any thoughts of trimming it, shaving it, anything? And Ray, you'll be glad to know that he said, nope, not going to trim it or shave it. That's going to keep growing. So, thought you'd like to hear that.
Well, between the mohawk and the beard, that's a good look. You don't see the mohawk part with the cap. And like Johnny Gomes, when Johnny hits a home run, you always see the mohawk that he wears.
You find yourself, though, when you're talking to Roberto, you really start like looking really close at the beard. You don't mean to do it, but you can't help it.
It's because the commercial is with the real guy with the beard, right? The beard. Well, it needs to shave up the side to get the mohawk spiked up. Probably do that before long.
Runner goes, and Punto reaches for it and fouls it back. Tell you what, though, Derek Norris catches and Jordan Roberto pitches. That's big league facial hair right there.
And to think there are some teams you'd never be able to wear that beard. If you put on the pinstripes, no way.
Runner goes again.
Yeah, I figured they would. Yeah.
I'm not a balk expert, Ray, but it looked like a balk.
Yeah.
Balk has been called.
And nobody is arguing.
I think Jordan Baker was waiting for Jordan Roberto. Watch the front leg, and it's just, I mean, that's a right leg going to the plate with the ball going to first base. Watch the right foot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That right leg went way past the imaginary line. It looked like that was one where he was going home, and then when he saw the guy stealing, he said, I'm going to throw to first.
Not a Travis Blackley move. Blackley had it picked off about 3 pitches ago.
Weeks charges, throws, and they just get the sliding Nick Punto at first. Aviles ends up at third.
Now,
2 outs.
We've talked about slides into first base, and it's a good idea if the throw is high, you're going to avoid a tag. But it's not often that you can leave your feet and slide and get to the bag quicker at first base. Nick Punto goes into the slide. It's a close play, but you can imagine running through the bag would be better than dropping down and going in a head first slide. I always thought Roberto Alomar was the best at once a first baseman went up to catch the ball, he would go under by sliding, but more times than not, you're going to be out at first when you go in the head first slide. Punto hustle, just couldn't beat it out.
So here's Daniel Nava. He's a switch hitter. He's 1 for 3 with a single and a walk, batting left-handed. Nava, good numbers. The average, look at the on-base percentage, over 400. With Crawford and Ellsbury out, Nava's doing a pretty nice job. Now 3-0 with Dustin Pedroia in the on-deck circle.
You'd have to believe that Jim Miller is getting loose for him. The right-hander, the ace pen. Melvin trying to keep the game at 1-run deficit.
Game just went final. The Twins beat the Tigers in Detroit 8-6. So it's hard to figure out those Tigers, huh? They are now 39-42. They're still close. They're only 4.5 games out of that Central. Most people, including I, thought that would be a little bit of a runaway in that division. Tigers have just not been able to put it all together. Both the teams ahead of them, the White Sox and the Indians, were winners.
Mike Ilitch, their owner, signed off on a huge contract with Prince Field.
He can't be happy right
now. And he figured that he did it because he wanted to win. He's getting up in years and looking for a world championship. It's been a while for them. Thought they had a chance in 80 or 06 when they beat the A's in 4 straight to go to the World Series. But Cardinals won. But Alberto just trying to get Daniel Nava. And the thing about Alberto is all fastballs. He's got a nice assortment of pitches, but he's fallen behind 3-0. Now 2 fastballs. It's a question of how much Nava has timed his #1 pitch.
And that one is right on the inside corner, strike 3 called. So Norberto strands Aviles at third. 7th inning stretch from the Coliseum, 2-1 Boston.
Is presented by authority of the Oakland Athletics and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
Come to the Coliseum this Sunday, July the 8th for 50s Turn Back the Clock Day. Plaza outfield tickets are available for only $5, and field level tickets are only $19.55. 10,000 fans will receive a 1955 Oakland Oaks hat presented by Cash Creek Casino Resort. For more information, go to OaklandAthletics.com/Oaks. Enter coupon code Oaks, that's OAKS, for the special internet-only ticket offers.
Those youngsters during the break singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." I have a feeling they'll stick around for the fireworks, whatever the outcome of tonight's game is. Gomes to lead it off, followed by Carter and Inge against Lester. Lester has retired 16 out of the last 17. Scott Atchison starts to throw. Five ground ball outs, 5 fly ball outs, and 8 strikeouts for Lester. See 96 pitches, again 31 in the very first inning. A little something going on in Seattle, Ray. Wei Yin Chen, left-hander for the Baltimore Orioles.
No-hitter.
He's got a no-hitter with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning. 6 1/3. So Wei Yin Chen, who's actually pitched very well for the Orioles. Salta Lamakia fighting it a little bit. He's got it, and that's out number 1. So we will keep you updated on Chen, the Orioles left-hander, with a no-hitter into the 7th inning against the Mariners.
Wei Yin Chen.
Wei Yin Chen.
Weighing in all right. He's doing a great job.
So here's Chris Carter. Well, what you really don't want Lester to have here is a quick inning.
That's right.
If he has a quick inning, he's got a shot of going out there for the 8th.
Yeah. Carter needs to keep the first base home run going straight. Right. 4 in a row for A's first baseman. Carter with 2, Moss with 2.
Carter tonight a fly ball to right field and a strikeout, and that one stroked into center field for a base hit. So Carter, a 1-out single. And the A's have the tying run aboard for Brandon Inge.
Fastball in location, and Chris Carter with a very good top hand on the fastball. That's Bob McClure going to visit with his left-hander, but like the swing of Chris Carter, a little bit more aggressive in his trip down to the big leagues, and looks like he's going to get ample playing time. So how's Wei Yin Chen doing?
Yeah, cancel the press conference, right? Home run for Casper Wells, so Chen's no-hit bid is over in the 7th inning. Here's our Chevron pitching matchup for tomorrow's game against the Red Sox. Aaron Cook, A.J. Griffin. So that's the matchup. Griffin has been very good in his 2 starts. And Aaron Cook back in the big leagues pitching for the Red Sox. So 12:30 A's pregame live, and then 1 o'clock the ball game on the 4th of July. So if you can't get out to the ballpark, join us right here on Comcast Sportsnet California for the ball game. So runner aboard against Lester. So Brandon Inge looking for his first hit tonight. The A's have 4 hits against Lester. Pitch to Inge is inside. Vicente Padilla joins Atchison out in the Red Sox bullpen. Sure, it's a different bullpen. You're used to Daniel Bard, Papelbon. Bard in the minor leagues, Papelbon in Philadelphia.
Well, even so far, too, as a different pitching coach. Last year, Kurt Young. John Farrell before that. Now Bob McClure, who was in Kansas City.
So Inge with a good swing.
You think about Bob McClure, pitching coach in Kansas City, then go to Boston. Different media attention, I think, considerably.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
rolled foul. So now 2-2. And Kurt Young, the exact opposite, right?
That's right.
Brandon Hicks waiting in the on-deck circle. 2-2 pitch. Hard slider down and in. Brandon Edges is due for a hot streak. He's got just 3 hits in his last 27 at bats. That's a good one. Go Brandon. Insert last name. I like it. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. So Inge is 0 for 3. His struggles continue.
That broke like a little cut fastball down and in to Brandon Inge, whatever it was, at 91 from John Lester. And just the fastball inside corner, a slight movement, but Brandon just could not do it. So see if another Brandon can.
Well, Bobby Valentine's making the walk. With 107 pitches thrown by Lester, he is going to be done for the night. So when it's time for a pitching change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and spa experts.
Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Chevrolet and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers, and by Jack in the Box. Right now at Jack in the Box, you can try the new Chipotle Chicken Club. Make it a combo with fries and a drink.
Red Sox 2, A's 1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So the Red Sox, for the first time, go to the bullpen. Vicente Padilla. For many, many years, a starting pitcher with a whole bunch of different teams, but now pitching out of the Red Sox bullpen.
One in particular, the Texas Rangers, and he pitched well. He also had a tendency to throw at guys, or at least throw close to them. One in particular named Nick Swisher. Pretty good line for John Lester, considering the way he started. 31 pitches in the first inning, but finished very well.
So the pinch hitter is Seth Smith. So Smith is hitting for Hicks. Bob Melvin figures this is my best time to get Smith in there. 1 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Smith was trying to give the A's the lead right there. So 1-2 the count. Swing and a miss. Padilla burns the fastball right by Seth Smith. Side retired. 8th inning coming up. It's Boston 2 and the A's 1. Sportsnet California is brought to you by Evergood Sausages. Pick up Evergood Sausages at your local grocery store today. Big crowd on hand, but the Red Sox leading 2-1. And when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and tune up your oil change tune-up and smog experts. Jim Miller comes in. He'll pitch the 8th. 19th appearance. Good area 1.80. So they will face Pedroia, Ortiz, and Ross. 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Red Sox. Now the Red Sox, there's Pennington now in the game at shortstop. The Red Sox score a lot of runs, but have not been doing that lately. Tonight, just the 2 runs, but they've scored just 12 runs in their last 6 games. That includes tonight. So, saw good pitching in Seattle, and they're, of course, seeing good pitching here against the Athletics. So far, the 2 runs tonight have been enough. So 3-0 to Pedroia.
Miller just has to get on top of the ball. 3 pitches, he's gotten under it, and again.
Well, we noticed that a little bit in his last outing, right, Ray, exactly. In Texas.
Yeah, especially right-handers. Left-handers, and you can understand in a sense why he's had better success against lefties. Kind of follows through and said the same thing, and now we see 4 pitches to Pedroia all out of the strike zone.
David Ortiz.
So now you face Ortiz, and immediately there's action in the bullpen, and it's Jerry Blevins. So that was quick. As soon as the 4th ball went to Pedroia, Blevins got up. There's a strike to Ortiz. 1 for 3 tonight, single and a run scored in the 4th inning. So Ortiz is 2 for 7 in the series. Pedroia will run. He's got 5 steals. He's been thrown out 3 times. And he takes off. And the pitch is inside, and it's going to be a stolen base without a throw. So a runner at second and nobody out.
And no criticism of Kurt Suzuki on that one. There's absolutely no chance. And I mean, Pedroia was getting a huge lead. And curveball, and just throw back the pitch. Big Papi not trying to pull the ball to advance the runner either. We know that.
Also sitting on 399 career home runs. Three and 2. Single runs in the second and the fourth for the Red Sox. For the A's, first inning home run by Crisp. 3-2 pitch is popped up over our head into the third deck, which does not happen a lot. It was a high fastball.
But again, it's an RBI guy. He's not up there to take pitches. There's no doubt. And draw walks. I mean, if it's so far out of the strike zone, that's one thing. But David Ortiz is a man who's paid to drive in runs, whether it be with a home run or base hits. Guys would expand the strike zone in that category.
That one was a better pitch to hit. Miller, deep breath, another 3-2 to Ortiz with Cody Ross in the on-deck circle. And another foul ball. And another good pitch to hit.
Yep.
Breaking ball on 3-2. Ortiz takes it. So back-to-back walks by Miller to start the top of the 8th inning.
I'm surprised they throw him a breaking pitch. I thought maybe though it would be more of a hard slider down and in instead of the curveball, which gave David Ortiz to recognize the pitch and not swing at it.
Well, go deep with Sportsnet Central. Tonight it's brought to you by Hyundai. It's at 10:30 and it's over on our sister station Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Highlights from our game. Sharks, are they close to a trade? They're trying to get Rick Nash. He's pretty good. Sandy Alderson is not happy. He's not happy with the San Francisco Giants fans. Mindy Bach and John Henry Smith will host. Oh boy.
Now batting.
So here's Cody Ross to face Miller.
Ross.
On deck is Adrian Gonzalez. So Blevins getting ready for Gonzalez.
And you would not think Cody Ross is going to be bunting. All the corner infielders at least showing that possibility. Underneath the slider again. Jim Miller's been put in some, I guess you could say, important innings in the lineup now. And of course, he had been kind of the setup or more of a long man, not necessarily a setup, but he's pitched well enough with a good ERA to get these opportunities.
So that breaking ball catches the outside corner. The count 1-1.
It's the type of breaking ball that might be hit if it's 2 strikes on hit.
Ross hitting in the cleanup spot. Probably more than anything, it's getting a right-handed hitter in between Ortiz and Gonzalez. Swing and a miss. Ross pulled off that one.
Yeah, that's a great fastball. See how much better he got on top of the ball and how he drove it down into the strike zone. And just all about the release point, positioning of the elbow and the wrist, and nailing the outside corner. Perfectly thrown, called, or swing.
Miller ahead in the count. Fastball. Pretty good spot outside corner. Blevins is just standing now out on the bullpen mound, so he is ready to go. Big overhand curve, and Cody Ross was able to get a piece of it, and then it got a piece of Kurt Suzuki, as they always seem to do with Kurt.
That ball bounced and came up in a less than desirable area. Foul ball underneath. Winning the ball. As that baseball is hit the dirt and usually taken out of play.
So another 1-2 to Cody Ross. And a foul tip, and that's a strikeout. So Ross has struck out 3 times, and that's out number 1. And Bob Melvin outside of the dugout.
Foul tip into the catcher's mitt, and that's a thing of beauty. Hit right in the pocket and cradled in there by Kurt Suzuki, and that's a big out. Very big out.
So to the bullpen, it'll be Blevins to face Gonzalez, lefty on lefty, when we come back.
Annual A's Beer Fest will take place this Saturday, July 7th from 5 to 7 at the Eastside Club. Enjoy beer from over 30 microbreweries, live music, and much more. Can they key down on the Diamond Vision so we can hear this special music for this Beer Fest? Souvenir beer mug and 2 tastings will be available for $10. Additional tastings will be available. Must be 21 or older to purchase tastings. Admission is free with a game ticket to that night's game against the Mariners. For more information, go to oaklandathletics.com/beerfest.
Right. So 7-10 is the first pitch. So a big spot in the game, 2 on 1 out for a very good hitter in Adrian Gonzalez. He's 2 for 3 tonight. So Jerry Blevins, here's your challenge. Pedroia at second, Ortiz at first. Slider outside corner, a strike called. Gonzalez can't.
Jared Blevins' last appearance was against maybe the first half MVP. That is Josh Hamilton. Got him out with the runners at first and second. The game Sunday night in Arlington, Texas. So Blevins perfect against the great left-hander of the Rangers. Trying to do the same against a very good left-hander of the Red Sox.
It's blowing away. 2-1 count. Well, I think if you want to be a good left-handed reliever, you are going to face a lot of good left-handed hitters late. That one drilled the center. Crisp gets back. He's got it. Pedroia will tag from second. He'll go to third. Ortiz stays at first. So a well hit ball by Gonzalez, but Coco Crisp has it for out number 2. So that'll bring up a switch hitter, Saltalamacchia.
Well, he has been up in every run scoring situation tonight. Of course, in the second, the fourth, and now in the 8th. He would turn around and bat right-handed after facing Bartolo Colon from the left side twice.
First pitch to Saltalamacchia. Swing and a miss. Good changeup from Blevins. Saltalamacchia, 260 hitter from the left side, 200 hitter from the right side. So if nothing else, the A's have him on the right side of the plate. Changeup again, but this one just missed outside. Orioles leading the Mariners 4-2 in the 8th inning at Safeco. It's the only other game going on in the American League.
Great pitch, and boy, just too bad that ball didn't stay in play.
So just 1 home run right-handed.
But being a switch hitter, keeps in the game. And last night he was hitting 4th in between Big Papi and Adrian Gonzalez. Like you said, you put the right-hander between the 2 lefties. Of course, Saltalamacchia, a lefty against the righties, but also switch hitter, bat turnaround. Tonight hitting 6th against the starter Bartolo Colon.
1-2 pitch, strike 3 called on the outside corner. Good pitch from Blevins. So he does his job, and the Red Sox do not score. 2-1 Boston as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning.
way.
Here's our game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Bottom of the first inning, Coco Crisp leading things off for the A's. His third home run of the year. Red Sox tied it in the second. Saltalamacchia, a 2-out solo shot. And then this play right here gave the Red Sox the lead. It was an error on Chris Carter. Ortiz would score. And that is where we are. Bottom of the 8th inning. 2-6-0 for the Red Sox. 1-4-1 for the Athletics. Lester with 9 strikeouts in 6 2/3 innings. Colon, his first start back from the disabled list, he went 6 innings through 87 pitches. So Kurt Suzuki to lead it off here in the bottom of the 8th against Vicente Padilla. And the first pitch is outside. Padilla came in and struck out pinch hitter Seth Smith with a runner at first to end the 7th inning. Suzuki has a home run in his career against Padilla, 5 for 9. That one is a bit outside. Padilla began his career with the Diamondbacks, then to the Phillies, Texas, the Dodgers, and now the Red Sox. He was traded from Arizona to Philadelphia in the Kurt Schilling trade. And now out of the bullpen from Nicaragua. That's right. He and Nick Swisher did not see eye to eye, did they?
About 3 consecutive pitches. And finally drilled him, and yeah, it was too obvious.
A line drive, and it's off the glove of Aviles into left center field.
Maybe a little knuckleball. And Aviles went after it like it was, and it should have been just a routine out, but something happened, knuckled on him, and he lost it. So maybe something for the A's to start this half inning. Jerry Blevins, great job getting out of the inning, and it looked like a knuckleball, and it just completely missed by Aviles. Right, he's positioned perfectly. See the ball take off, and that's a base hit.
So now the top of the order, Coco Crisp steps in. Puto, the third baseman, comes in a step onto the grass. So the 5th hit for the A's, 2nd for Suzuki. Pitch, a fastball, outside corner, a strike. Crisp the home run, and then a strikeout and a ground out.
Situations like this, the A's down by a run, might be thinking, well, what about a sacrifice? The thing that Coco Crisp does offer, if he hits the ball on the ground, it's tough to double him up. And you sacrifice and you're unsuccessful. You get the same thing if you get the lead runner at second base, but I think it's more of just trying to get a hit, keep it going. Typically, you don't mind playing for a tie at home because you have the last at bat. A's are down by a run. You maybe see if Coco could hit a home run on both sides of the plate.
There you go.
First inning against the left-hander Lester, and now facing Padilla.
Short lead by Suzuki at first. Two pitches, a fastball that runs high.
That's what happens with Coco Chris. If he gets 2 strikes, he doesn't strike. He just kind of flat-footed, trying to wait as long as possible. And if he does hit the ball, usually, unless it's an off-speed pitch, he'll shoot it to left field.
Another high fastball. That one not close. So 2-2 the count. Weeks in the on-deck circle.
Not that he'd throw it now with the runner at second or at first base, but he has a kind of an eephus curveball pitch. So they changed it, huh?
Goes as an E6. So it is not a hit for Suzuki. So give Aviles the air. 2-2 pitch. And that one to left field. That's going to get down for a hit. So Coco drops one down the left field line, and the A's are in business here in the bottom of the 8th. 2 on and nobody out.
Now you might see a bunt, but watch Coco Chris. See him plant the front foot and just flat-footed with the fastball. And just a great job of shooting the ball to left field. And Coco Chris, look at that. That is a thing of beauty there. That allows a hitter to wait a long time. And Coco, with a leadoff home run to start the game and a big base hit, put runners at first and second in the 8th inning. A's against the Dodgers, successful in bunting to the third baseman in these situations, forcing, in this case, Punto to make the play and try to advance 2 runners. And of course, the speed of Jamal Wicks, if he gets the ball down, you have to be concerned about him.
Squares early, and he does bunt it. Saltalamacchia guns it to first, and they get Weeks. So the sacrifice is taken care of by Weeks. Second and third, and 1 out. Now the Red Sox have 1 left-hander in their bullpen. It's Andrew Miller. He is warming up right now.
A nice job by Jamal Weeks. The ball hit the plate, but got the job done. Saltalamacchia had to catch the ball in the air. If he lets this ball drop, it's a base hit. But Jamal, he's thinking base hit, and that's how close it was. The A's having the bases loaded. Very good play by Saltalamacchia. If Padilla fields it, safe as well. So it was only going to be a play by Saltalamacchia. Great job by Jamal Weeks.
So they are going to walk Reddick and face Cespedes. I think, Ray, it may be a situation where Red Sox would rather have Padilla face Cespedes than Miller face Reddick.
Exactly. And as we always say, it sets up a force at all bases, and they can, well, they'll probably play the infield back, but it does give them the option of a force any place.
So here comes Cespedes strolling to the plate. Chance to be a hero. It's the bottom of the 8th inning. So Suzuki at third, Crisp at second, and Reddick at first. Padilla against Cespedes with the game on the line here in the bottom of the 8th. Cespedes tonight struck out in the first, hit a fly ball to right in the 4th, struck out again in the 6th. First pitch outside, ball 1.
Well, as always, these situations, for a hitter to think right center, left center, it avoids having the hitter open up and rolling over in a ground ball. Cespedes has the power. He can go any place in this park and drive the ball.
fastball is high, 2-0.
Always have to remember the pressure is on the pitcher. Bases loaded, 1 out. Hitters a lot of times put pressure on themselves, figure they have to do something, but the man on the mound has to throw a strike, and right now Padilla, the veteran that he is, probably not concerned that he's behind 2-0, but he has to sometimes throw a strike.
And he does, and Cespedes had a mighty swing.
94-mile-an-hour fastball, straight, but a good one. Just a little bit late on the 94, but still a good swing. He likes to extend the arms. Got a chance there.
Two-one right on the outside corner, 2-2.
Now the fastball at 94 and right on or off the corner. If you look at it from that angle, it was off the plate.
So the count even at 2-2.
He's got one chance to throw a breaking pitch if he wants to. And if he misses, he'll come back with another fastball. But you got to look fastball here, and any sort of an adjustment you make it. But
struck him out. High fastball out of the strike zone, and Cespedes chased it. So he has struck out 3 times tonight. The A's have struck out 11 times.
Stayed with the fastball, and Cespedes looked like he wanted to do a lot more than Padilla gave him a chance to do. The 2-0 fastball, probably the best opportunity.
So here's Johnny Gomes. They still have a chance. Feels like the 9th inning. It's only the 8th. So Padilla will face Gomes. Gomes singled in the first, struck out in the 4th, fouled out to the catcher in the 7th. First pitch to Gomes is a fastball right there for a strike.
Yeah, I agree. And it's not as if hitter's not seen. Padilla has been around long enough. You know exactly what you're going to get. And maybe Johnny was thinking of something other than the 4-seam fastball.
Fifth pitch out of the bullpen by Vicente Padilla. Fastball right down the middle, strike 2 call.
Well, 2-0 to Cespedes. Now 0-2 to Gomes, and right there. And again, perfectly thrown fastballs, but still fastballs no less at 4-seamers. And now back in the driver's seat is Padilla.
Gomes he'll give him a battle, but he's behind in the count 0-2. High fastball struck him out. So Padilla gets out of it. He strikes out Cespedes and Gomes. The A's leave the bases loaded in the bottom of the 8th.
folks. The Padilla fastball to Cespedes on 2-2, and then Johnny Gomes. 2 fastballs down the middle, and then the fastball up and out of the strike zone. And that's how the 8th inning, and it's just the 8th inning. Like I said, Kai, still an inning to go. Just keep it at 1 run and take their chances.
So Ryan Kalish will lead things off for Boston. He'll be followed by Aviles and then Punto against Jerry Blevins. Kalish looking for his first hit. 6 hits for the Red Sox. 5 hits for the Athletics. Each team has made an error. Mariners have come back to tie that game at Safeco. It's 4-4. Top of the 9th inning against the Orioles. Hard hit ball. Carter dives, cannot get it, and Kalish has a hit.
Now the A's have partnered with the Alternative Family Services to host the 2nd annual Bay Area Barbecue Championship this Saturday, July the 7th. It's a Pro-Am barbecue cook-off with some of the best teams in the country competing. Celebrity judges include A's outfielder Johnny Gomes. This event runs from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the Creekside Lot. For more information and tickets, go to OaklandAthletics.com/Bay Area BBQ. There's the left field barbecue area for Saturday, the big one.
Aviles, the bunt, and pulls the bat back. Aviles is 1 for 3 tonight, and 1 for 6 in the series. 2-0. Kalish inching off now. Decent lead. Again showing bunt, and again the pitch is high.
And if you're going to bunt, you're going to have somebody sacrifice, give up an out. You're going to take it, but so far, I think that was a take sign. Take 1. Jerry Blevins has not thrown a strike at the 3 where Aviles has attempted to bunt.
That is a strike.
So maybe to work in the A's favor now that if he tries to sacrifice 3-1, may get the hit sign and turn it into a double play. Seen it happen.
He did not show bunt there. Swinging, and he pops a foul. So full count. See if Kalish is on the move. Robert Andino has hit a home run for the Orioles in the top of the 9th inning with 2 outs to give the Orioles a 5-4 lead. Runner goes, pitches way outside. He walked.
Well, Jerry Blevins might have seen Kalish take off out of the corner of his eye and just didn't follow through with a good fastball.
Well, now the Red Sox are in a perfect spot because Punto is a guy you can certainly bunt with.
He just did not finish and left it too far outside. Well, the opportunity for the A's to score in the bottom of the 8th, bases loaded, 1 out, did not. Now they're again faced with the possibility, as was the case last inning. First 2 batters got on base, then Miller strikeout of Ross. Blevins came in to get 2 outs. Now Blevins trying to get out of his own jam.
And the bullpen is quiet for the A's. Bunted, Carter dives, and he caught it, and that's going to be a double play if Weeks can get back to the bag, and he does, and there's going to be an argument.
Well, the hitter's out. Punto was the one running down the line. He's already out. The ball was caught, I think, wasn't it? It was caught by Carter, so that's a double play. But Punto's the one arguing that he was safe, and he's already out as he was running to first base.
So Carter with a terrific play, and it ends up being a double play.
But Chris Carter, and watch the runner at first base, gets way off the line, and Punto starts running down the line. And then the flip, and Weeks has to go up, and see Punto, he's thinking he's safe, and he's already out.
And Weeks had to get his glove on the bag to get the real guy.
Yeah, the guy heading to second, and
see,
he had to reach back, and you're right, put the glove on the bag and see Punto. Yeah, you're safe, Punto. But you know what? Maybe he was arguing that Jamal never put the glove on the bag.
He did go back and put the glove on the bag
after the fact
to get Aviles. Yeah,
okay, good.
Yeah, I think he realized what was going on. So a crazy play, and it goes as a double play.
Wow.
Kalish takes off, and he's out. Well, that was quick. Just like that, the inning's over.
If the A's don't win this game, they got to win it now.
Kalish gets thrown out, and we're going to the bottom of the ninth. Well, a lot of excitement in the last inning of this game.
Well, Kurt Suzuki did not look like there was going to be a chance to throw out. I think it's a second and third base, but watch Brandon Inge. He blocked him off. And that's a great play by the umpire. Brandon Inge, the former catcher, gets down to his knees, takes the spike, and that is a great call because the throw was late, but the block by Brandon Inge on the runner, coming in cleats first. That makes it even more impressive because he might have a gash in his leg, but it doesn't matter. It's helped his catcher, Kurt Suzuki, and got a big out.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and tune up your oil change, tune up and smog experts. The closer, Alfredo Aceves, comes in. 19 saves, 3 blown saves. And he'll face Carter, Inge, and Pennington here in the bottom of the ninth. First pitch is rolled foul toward Ty Waller.
I think back to the game against the Dodgers, and that big game in which they had an opportunity, the Dodgers did, with similar to what's happened in this game, and a big throw out of D. Gordon at second base. The A's ended up getting a walk-off in that game.
Breaking ball down and away to Carter. 1 for 3 tonight. He singled in the 7th inning. Carter chased the ball, and it's 1-2.
Just a pitch out of the strike zone, and Chris Carter trying to do something special here, but got to get a strike. He's strong enough to hit anything that's thrown at him if it's a strike.
1-2 pitch. He had a good swing there. As he got a pitch to hit. Chavez started his career with the Yankees. Spent 3 years in New York, and it's his 2nd year in Boston. And there's a line drive, base hit left field. Nava cuts it off, gets it in quickly, and Carter opens up the bottom of the 9th with a base hit.
Well, off the end of the bat, something at 86. Off speed, and Chris Carter, after he swung at a pitch in the dirt, off the end of the bat. So good night for Chris Carter. A couple of more hits, no home run for him, but still the first base position continues to swing the bat well. Whether it's Moss or Chris Carter.
So here's Inge. Inge is 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. First pitch is in for a strike. Pennington will be next. Pennington will be followed by Suzuki. He's now with 6 hits in the game. Swing and a miss. Inge chased a high pitch. Chavez had a very nice year pitching out of the bullpen last year for the Red Sox. He was more of a middle inning guy, certainly not the closer. He had a couple saves last year. Pitched over 100 innings last year. This one's popped up. Gonzalez is going to have just enough room, and he's got it for out number 1. Well, make sure you join us tomorrow right here on Comcast Sportsnet California. The final game of the series between the A's and the Red Sox. It'll be Cook and Griffin, a couple of right-handers. Coverage begins at 12:30 with A's pregame live, and then the ball game at 1. So enjoy your 4th of July with us. It's the A's and the Red Sox. The home of A's baseball is Comcast Sportsnet. So 1 out for Pennington. This is first at bat for Pennington. Hicks started the game. He was 0 for 2, and then Seth Smith hit for Hicks in the 7th inning and struck out. The Orioles beat the Mariners 5-4. That is now a final. First pitch to Pennington is a breaking ball. That is low. Another breaking ball, and that was called a strike. Could have been high.
Wow. Well, you don't like to see that because that's a high curve ball and comes down in the catcher's mitt in the strike zone. Maybe a little bit high, coming down late.
Oh, some tense moments in the bottom of the 8th inning and the top of the 8th, bottom of the 8th, top of the 9th. Entertaining.
Yeah.
The A's need a couple more big hits. The count 2-1 to Pennington. And that one's flipped into left field, and that'll drop for a hit. Carter to second. Pennington has a hit. 2 on, 1 out for Curtin Suzuki, and we're going to get a pinch hitter. So it's not going to be Suzuki, it's going to be Brandon Moss.
Nice job of hitting by Cliff Pennington. Fastball stayed inside, and line drive tomorrow morning, and a big hit tonight.
So Moss to hit for Suzuki here.
Well, Bob Melvin had a chance. He knew he had a couple of lefties on the bench in Moss and Seth Smith. So used Smith in the 7th inning. They had a runner on base. Seth Smith brought in to pinch hit for Hicks, knowing that Pennington. He also could have used Moss. Yep. And it could be Smith now. And if he didn't use Smith the way he did, this was last night, a 3-run home run. First pitch hitting off Matsusaka. And as Brandon was saying, he knew him. Been in the organization, he knew about it. And he also knew that you fall behind him, Matsusaka, then you have to deal with, as he called them, all the different types of pitches he throws, splitter, etc.
First pitch to Moss. And he goes after an off-speed pitch, and he got a piece of his foot. So 0-1 the count. Had a pretty good pitch by Aceves for a first pitch.
Off the instep of his right foot, but that was probably a result of last night's first pitch hitting on the fastball that he stayed away. Maybe looking at the pitch against Yu Darvish in Texas, the same thing.
Another nasty pitch from Aceves, and it's 0-2. Coco Crisp will be next.
Standing away, got to think up the middle now after getting a 2 strikes.
0-2 pitch, and that's line to center field, a base hit. Kalish was playing deep, and he juggles the ball. Everybody's going to move up, and the game is tied. It was an 0-2 pitch, so Moss comes through.
Wow, what a great job of hitting by Brandon Moss. And you know the Fenway faithful in Beantown wondering, here's a guy that came right back to us, right over the head of his Sebas. And Brandon Moss tried to pull a couple of pitches. Excellent base running as Kalish charged, missed the ball. And then Chris Carter was going to score, but more importantly, a couple runners advanced. Carter was going to score anyway. Kalish was playing too deep to score here, throw him out. And now the A's with a couple of runners on base in scoring position.
First pitch to Coco is popped up, and that is going to reach the seats. So Carter scores the tying run. There's an error on that play. Of course, the error goes to Kalish, the center fielder. He really had no chance. He was playing very deep.
Exactly.
And once the ball was hit, he was not going to throw anybody
Maybe
out.
the ball snaked a little bit on him. Who knows? But you're playing that deep, you just give up throwing out a runner at the plate.
There's a ball loose out in left field.
And Cap, you know, also with Brandon Moss, if middle infielders had been on the bag, he might have been out at second. They caught the ball beyond the bag, and he hadn't arrived to second base yet.
Yeah,
but
neither of the infielders were on the bag.
Exactly. They were both behind it, and Moss snuck in safely. So infield, outfield, all playing very shallow. Chris Carter, big 2-strike hit. He scores the tying run. Brandon Moss, a huge 2-strike hit, drives him home.
0-1 to Crisp, and foul back again. Crisp tonight, a good night. 2 for 4, a home run. That was way back in the first inning, and then a single in the 8th inning.
Well, he'll go into the no stride stance again. The approach, and although this time the left fielder playing a little bit more shallow, Nava is than his last at bat.
0-2 pitch, and that's hit hard but foul. Way out in front is Coco Crisp. Well, you see it so many times. The Red Sox had a great opportunity to add on runs in the top of the ninth. They did not execute. They did not execute the bunt play. The A's did execute defensively. Red Sox do not score. And the A's tie it and now have a great chance to win it. 0-2 pitch is hit to center field. That should be deep enough. Kalish underneath it. Tagging is Pennington. He's got it. Pennington digging home, and that's the ball game. The A's score 2 in the bottom of the 9th inning and come back to beat the Red Sox by a final score of 3-2. So in front of a sellout crowd tonight, the A's wanted to put on a good show, and they did. There's a little frustration in the bottom of the 8th inning, but they get their 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning, and they win it 3-2. So lots of excitement, especially in the late innings. But again, the A's executed defensively in the top of the 9th, and then they executed offensively in the bottom of the 9th, and when it's all said and done, they win it by a final score of 3-2. So Coco Crisp started it with a home run, ended it with a sacrifice fly. But the A's hung in there, and it was good to see them not let that frustration from the bottom of the 8th carry over into the 9th inning when they won the game.
And I think you said it best. It's only the 8th inning. You know, a lot of excitement. The A's had a chance to score, go ahead. Ryan Cook warming up in the bullpen. But as it turned out, even bigger to come through in the 9th inning. And you're right, big crowd, and you want to play well. Reminiscent of the Dodgers series, the A's played well against them, especially at series finale. They got a walk-off then, they got a walk-off tonight.
So the A's now 40-42. So again, 2 back of that 500 mark, which they keep getting close. In fact, I think it was last week where they got to 2 games back, and then they slipped a little bit. But they're getting closer now, and just a good, exciting win today against a good Red Sox team, a team that usually scores a lot of runs, but they're not scoring runs right now, and the A's pitching has a lot to do with that.
And definitely, and the A's pitching continues to do so well. It's just so great, and it's great that certain center fielders back playing great as well.
Indeed, Coco Crisp is standing by downstairs. So Coco, terrific ball game. Congratulations. You started the game great. You ended it great. But we talked about this early in the game. How aware are you guys, the players and the coaches, of how close you are to that 500 mark and how important it is to get there and then go from there?
Well, that cliche, you know, taking one game at a time. You know, we haven't really worried about it all year. We just want to win ball games as they come. And we've been doing a good job of keeping our focus, playing hard. And, you know, once we get there, that'll be lovely. Hopefully we just continue on.
Coco, we have the way you hit the home run. That was a 2-0 pitch, but yet the last 2 at-bats, you came through with kind of your no stride stance, where you get a couple of strikes, which is great hitting. You hit a ball left field, then sac fly. Talk about those 2 different approaches.
Well,
you didn't get it.
At least it tastes good. At least it tastes good. I don't even know if I can open up my eyes. It's in my nose. It's good. Thanks, Red. It tastes good. Get that off my eye. I'm going to do this Michael Jordan style. The tongue out and everything. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Okay, back to the question.
Well,
the two different approaches. Well, from my right side, you know, I don't do the stride early. So I've just been working on that. That's been new for me this year. Usually I have the foot down early. But from the left side, it's just my timing has been that way my whole career, and I try to get away from it this year. And you know, you got to stick with what's working. And it's been working for me, so I went back to it.
Now, talk about the home run in the very first inning. John Lester, you faced him a lot. He's a very good pitcher.
Yes, he is.
But again, you didn't wait around with Lester either, and he had good stuff tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the best pitchers in the game, and he did have good stuff. He limited us to that one run, and you know, whenever you face a guy like that, it's going to be a battle. And we did a good job. Our pitching staff did a good job of keeping us in the game, allowing us the opportunity later in the game, like we had a couple times, to try to get that victory. And today was our night.
Kevin Millwood in Seattle. You hit it from the left side. You get a home run leading off the game from the right side. You know, they've talked about you being a great dancer. What about that little shimmy as you got into the dugout after the walk-off or the lead-off home run?
Cespedes?
Well, even before that, right? As you got a dugout.
You're talking about the Bernie,
Oh, is that what it was?
You heard NG's new song. It's Moving Like Bernie, so that's like our little thing. Everybody has like the this and stuff, so when we get our little hits, if we can remember, it's new for us. So, you know, we do the little Bernie thing, so it's fun.
Oh, that's a good night, Coco. And we're going to enjoy the fireworks, get back to the clubhouse, and heads up, anything can happen in there tonight, so be careful with yourself.
Hey, at least it's not shaving cream, whipped cream.
All right, nice job, Coco.
Thanks, guys.
So a home run, a single, and then the sacrifice fly to win it. Good at bat in that last at bat. He was behind in the count. Fouled a couple balls back, but just a terrific win for the A's tonight in front of the big crowd, and they're gonna watch the fireworks and then head home happy, and that's a good thing.
You know, in that ninth inning, and first and second, I think he said it best. A chance to add on for the Red Sox. First and second, a bunt turns into a double play, and then Brandon Inge. Now remember too, when guys slide head first, you know it's different. You can block a guy, but Brandon Inge, a former catcher, puts his leg down and blocks a guy who's sliding feet first. That means those cleats are coming in and can dig into your body very quickly. But a great job in the ninth inning, and that's one that you have to win. With that momentum, defensively, taken in the bottom half of the inning, and of course the A's came through big time. So no doubt, and they have a chance to sweep the series, and the Red Sox have a chance to actually have already lost the series on the road. I think it's been a while since they've done that. So a great game tonight.
And let's not forget about Brandon Moss, a big single that tied the game, and then Coco Crisp with the sacrifice fly to win it. So the A's score 2 in the bottom of the ninth tonight here at the Coliseum, and they come back to defeat the Boston Red Sox. Again, the final score, the A's 3 and the Red Sox 2. You've been watching Oakland A's baseball right here on Comcast Sportsnet. It's part of the NBC Sports Group. Don't go away. A's postgame live with Dave Brentz and Greg Cadaret is ready to go. A's win it in dramatic fashion.